But this is like the My Cousin video. Is it My Cousin Vinny? Are those magic grits? Does your rice, I'm like, oh, is that magic rice? Does your rice absorb the liquid faster in your kitchen than anybody else's? No is the answer. Happy Tuesday. Today I've decided to make risotto. Risotto is a boreal rice. It's a short grain rice. It's very starchy. Today I'm gonna do it with ground lamb, with shallots and garlic, red wine. Let's make a lamb risotto. This is how you make a proper risotto. You can interchange the ingredients for whatever you so desire. Vegetables, lamb, pork, chicken, lobster, fish, whatever you want. This lamb risotto, first, we take some ground lamb. I'm gonna take a hot saute pan, dry, because the lamb has natural fat in it and it's going to render out. So we're gonna break it up. We wanna brown the lamb. Color is flavor. While we're browning our lamb, I'm gonna take a little bit of chicken stock and we're gonna warm it up because this is how we're gonna cook our risotto. You have to add the chicken stock hot, little bits at a time, or else the starches in the arboreal rice will seize up and you'll have this gluey, bally risotto. We want something loose, creamy, delicious. So we put a little brown on our lamb, and then I'm going to add chopped shallots and garlic. If you notice, we're not cooking on high heat, we're cooking on medium heat. We don't want to put any color on the shallots or garlic. We just want color for the lamb. We're going to use all the fat from the lamb to saute our vegetables. The reason why I'm using a high heat spatula is because I don't want to scratch up my Teflon, and this allows me to give the proper stirrage, if that's a word, to my risotto. Now that we have a little saute rolling, we're gonna take our arboreal rice. Again, risotto is the dish. Arboreal rice is the ingredient. We're gonna stir it up because we want to toast the rice. And then because it's such a savory, big lamb, I'm gonna start my risotto with red wine. And then we're just gonna stir that in there. Once the red wine gets absorbed by the rice, then we're gonna start adding our hot chicken stock a little bit at a time. If you notice, I didn't put any salt and pepper in it yet. We're gonna wait for that till the end, towards the last scoop of liquid. Because as the rice absorbs it, you add salt to it, it'll be too salty. All right, now we're gonna add a ladle. This is a 2-ounce ladle for the first liquid. Again, we gotta keep stirring it in there, All right, and then again, it's a little repetitious, but you want it done right, then don't do it. And also, just like pasta, you wanna keep the rice al dente. Al dente, you want a little bit of a bite in it. You want to know what you're eating, but you don't want to be eating. You're not making oatmeal. I wanted you to get a close-up. Not of me, of the rice, man. As you can see, the rice is starting to cook, but it still has that white in the center of it. That means we're on the right track. It's getting there. As soon as that white is almost gone, that's what I mean when I talk about al dente. Now, something I didn't tell you, I'm gonna throw a little twist on things. Because I want you to feel special, I'm gonna roast the lamb chop with it. So I got a nice little baby lollipop lamb chop, a little bit of oil, salt and pepper, of course. Let's get this baby cracking. You know what we need now? Fire! Burn some lamb fat. Don't forget to stir it. At this point of our risotto, when all the liquid has almost been absorbed, I turn it down to the low heat. Now we taste it. This is at the point where we start adding our seasoning. Still a little hard, but there's enough liquid in this pan for the rice to absorb where after we let it rest, it'll be nice and creamy. Little dry rosemary. some salt, definitely some pepper. And then I'm gonna throw in some peas. Let's flip our lamb chop. See that? Nice and brown. I'm gonna take the lamb chop off the flat top so we can let it rest. I'm putting it on the same plate we're gonna serve the risotto on, because after this rest, some juice will come out of it, and that way we get all the flavors. As you can see, all of the rice is the same color. That means that the starch has finally been cooked out of it, and the rice has absorbed all of the beautiful liquid that we put into it. Now we're gonna finish it with a little bit of butter and some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna fold it in like you would a meringue. Now that the starches have all been exposed, we don't want it to be gluey. We want it to be nice and creamy. What do you say we make the move to the plate? Man, if you could smell this. Heaven, I'm in heaven. Now we give it a little bit, we green it up a little bit. Make it look fresh, nice. And some beet sprouts. And of course, our lamb chop. We have just created the perfect lamb risotto.